Luxury. We've been programmed. Told how it's supposed to look. Supposed to feel. Supposed to act. But we're done listening. Let's torch this tired act. Watch it burn. From the ashes comes freedom. Freedom from trends, from false influence, and empty symbols. At JennAir, we answer only to progress. And now, we rise anew, awoken, defiant, limitless. JennAir, bound by nothing.
Okay, so let's have a look at this commercial. It just shows so clearly the agenda that the social manipulators are trying to push. We open here on this car approaching this mansion down this road. You notice that there's snow everywhere and that the colours are very bland. So this is showing the old way that needs to be gotten rid of. Look how old-fashioned everything is. The colours are bland, black and white. They're downplaying this for this communist agenda. So this is really showing capitalism. This car pulling up to a mansion which is very ornate, and it's a capitalist scene, if you will. And so this is pushing against it. So as we draw up, you notice everything is old-fashioned, as I said, and you see that this is a high heel shoe which represents the feminine power over the masculinity. So she gets out of the car, and straight away after that we see the feminized male. Straight after that symbolism, riding on a bike, look, through this dimensional portal. So it's revealing to you that this is also a dimensional thing. It's from the other side of the veil. This agenda is demonic. Behind him there, that is a dimensional gateway. And inside this mansion, she could even be the queen. You must have seen in this truth movement the amount of times that they have pointed against, they've exposed the elite that need to be overthrown in this revolution. And that's exactly what this is showing here.
Told how it's supposed to look.
You hear the narration is constantly reminding us of the old way of things, that this old way, this old society needs to be overthrown into this new world order.
Supposed to feel.
We've been programmed into this society that needs to be gotten rid of, that needs to be overthrown. And you notice again the colours. They use these colours as a form of programming. They're using bland black and white colours to represent the old system, the old moral compass, the old religion, which is Christianity in the West. And you constantly see this contrast between this elite party here in this house. And I'm telling you, the truth movement has been set up to expose the elite on purpose in order to generate a grassroots revolution.
Supposed to act.
So you see at this table, it's talking about this old structure is so bland and boring. And the parallel of what this is representing is that Last Supper. It seems like we've seen it before, this Last Supper, before the beast comes out of the pit, like an inversion of the Last Supper. And it seems to be kind of what they're representing here, this last moments of the old world order. And you see, then we draw in on this Antichrist Jezebel Luciferian figure, probably the mother goddess, the Jezebel. She's looking at herself in the phone. It's about self-indulgence.
But we're done listening.
And then we get this breaking out of the pit. You notice maybe like in the basement of this house that you start to get these weird, twisted, upside down figures. Remember the Sabbateans, their religion, their cult was all about turning everything upside down. And that's what we're seeing here, is that the beginning of this Antichrist, Luciferian, New Age, and read for a communist revolution. Look at the symbol on this, on her leg, she's got the 8-pointed star, the Ishtar gate. It's about opening the gate with the Masonic floor, the birth of the false religion of Jezebel, of turning everything upside down, everything that we once knew. So you see this figure coming out of this basement with the 8-pointed star, hypersexualized, like the prostitutes of Artemis, the cult of Diana, over-sexualizing women and masculinizing women, as opposed to what it was before, where you had like these older ladies, but they're portrayed as very undesirable. This whole scene here, I mean, you can't deny that this is just in your face, trying to make you despise what you see here.
But we're done listening. Let's torch this tired act.
Let's torch this tired act. So we start this whole sequence of a revolution, and this is key. This is key to understand here, is why do you think that they are showing the crown being set alight into flames? Because this ties in to this grassroots revolution, and it ties in to what I've termed Operation Guy Fawkes. Now think back to Guy Fawkes and, the fact he was a Jesuit and that he was trying to burn down the Houses of Parliament. And it was at the time when King James was working on the King James Bible. So this is representing that burning down of the Protestant West and the overthrowing of authority. And how many times have we seen in the truth movement, in the mainstream truth movement, that they talk about bringing down the monarchy and bringing down authority? So I really think that this is what this is showing here, the destruction of Protestant Christian West.
Watch it burn.
Watch it burn, and the things he's saying. Look at these demonic figures coming out of the pit, the bottomless pit, with the smoke in the background, and this fire as his teeth. This is representing the other side of the veil, coming through these these gates and through this chaos from the ashes. Look at that.
Comes freedom. From the ashes.
From the ashes comes freedom, he says, and we have these demonic figures dancing about with the smoke of the pit. So from the ashes of the old world comes the new world, and this false freedom, this false peace. And look at the colours. Look at the colours they're using to inspire your passion. Red, the colour of passion. As opposed to what it was before, when we had black and white and horrible, mundane, bland colours. And now we've got the pit opening and we've got these vibrant red colours coming out. So this is trying to brainwash you into wanting this communist revolution and wanting this new age of the Antichrist and this hypersexualization. Now look, now we go to a shot of the sheep, again in black and white. These sheep is so basically it's telling you that if you don't want to go along with this depravity, that you are a sheep,
Freedom from trends.
and that all you want is the old bland program system, which we're all so bored with. And so, you're called a sheep because you don't want the Antichrist, Lucifer, and New Age. Now, of course, the sheep is also representing Christianity, and the black and white colour scheme is attached to conservative. So you can see that they are showing conservative Christians, the sheep, the Christians, as bland, and we need to move on from that.
Freedom from
So
trends.
overthrowing this old system and onto this
From false
new age of just evil.
influence.
And we see here the cube and the machine as part of this new. We're in the secret chambers. You see, we're in like dark greyed rooms with smoke
And empty symbols.
and the pearls of wisdom of the Gnostic new age of Antichrist, of the Enlightenment. See, the pearls also represent wisdom. So, but it's false. It's false wisdom. It's not true wisdom of the Bible. This is the false Luciferian religion. And Jezebel is behind it.
At JennAir,
Here's the cube.
we answer only.
Here's this is the smoke of the abyss and Pandora's box. And he's saying over it about progress. To them, this is progression. This is what the progressive narrative is pushing. To open the doors of the bottomless pit. Here's the machine shot.
Now,
The
we
cube
rise anew.
to open Pandora's box, the wheel of fire, ring of fire. This is all to advertise an oven. And they're using the symbolism of the oven to show the opening of hell, hell's gates.
Awoken.
And so here we are, the golden age, the opening of the eye, the illumination, Illuminati,
Defiant.
pushing the boundary. Look at these hellhounds. This is from the secret chambers and the underworld, the hellish scenes, guys, and coming through this overturning of the system. Wow, this is why it's so evil, this, Gnostic religion, because it uses so many truths and just packs them into the Antichrist lie. And that's why we need to be so careful. Look at the symbolism on this lady of the sun, Babylon, the black sun, the Babylonian religion, and she's covered in occult symbols.
Limitless.
Pushing the boundaries, pushing the limits. And that's what this is all about. The liberal ideology was all about pushing the boundaries. But we know that if we don't have boundaries, we don't have protection against the wolf. The Bible, God himself loves us and gives us protection, gives us boundary. The Bible says about the city with no walls. And really what's coming here is the wolf. And if you're not in the sheep pen, then you're going to get savaged. Because we can see here, right there, is the black sun. The black sun is a void. It's like a narcissist, if you will. It sucks energy. It feeds on the sheep, just like the wolf. What does the wolf represent? It feeds on the sheep. So this is what is coming here. This is a wolf. It's telling you to drop all of your boundaries, and it's advertising that the wolf is coming for the sheep, and that it's going to bring about this new age of Lucifer.
JennAir.
And there's the machine, the opening of the pit of
By
hell.
nothing.
With a J there, look, J with fire in it and smoke, like the anti-Jesus, the false Jesus, the Antichrist, bound by nothing. the opening of the pit. So I really hope you can see that they're pushing for this false revolution to bring about the New World Order. And they're using both the far left and the far right as the two pillars to bring that about. And it started with Donald Trump, Alex Jones, and other people who started to push this it's like dominion theology, and using that to generate chaos, to generate a clash, in order to bring down nations from within and then make them yearn for the New World Order, so that all nations become one under the Antichrist. And that's biblical prophecy. But we do know that after that, we do have a hope that Jesus is coming, and that all of this is leading towards the millennial reign of Jesus Christ, who will reign in justice and in truth. So there is a hope beyond all of this. But this, guys, is a really clear picture that we need to be so careful about what they're pushing in this world, and that we're not on the side of any of the pillars. We have our eyes fixed on Jesus Christ.